time to shake out your money-making truth on Soul Wisdom Abundance with Jennifer Bloom, creating wealth from spiritual health on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show is more than your roadmap to success. It's your compass to abundance through joy and ease. Jennifer Bloom teaches you about the soul's relationship to money and wealth and how improving that relationship serves both you and the world. Learn more at jenniferbloom.com.
Knowledge Book Radio with Marge Fatasic has a special gift for everyone out there. To receive 3 chapters of the Knowledge Book as a special gift, send your email to mmjp99@gmail.com. That's M as in Mary, JP99@gmail.com now to receive this fabulous, fabulous gift of the Knowledge Book.
If you struggle with fear and anxiety, you know how powerless and stuck these emotions can make you feel. You've tried everything, but nothing helped you overcome these blocks. Dr. Friedman Schaub, award-winning author of The Fear and Anxiety Solution, created a special program which helped thousands of his clients to become healthy, happy, and confident again. Learn how to eliminate negative self-talk, let go of your emotional baggage, and replace limiting beliefs. With Dr. Friedman's accelerated program, you can break through your challenges. Visit thefearandanxietysolution.com.
TheAngelLady.net. 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 1-800-323-1790. 1-800-323-1790. Sue Storm. TheAngelLady.net.
Tune in to The Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit JenRoyster.com for more information.
Yeah, yippee skippy to that, baby. We're not done yet. Some of us are out here to educate and inspire. This year, 2020, is the year we gotta show me the money in the cash flow. I'm Dr. Pat. This is the Dr. Pat Show. This is Talk Radio to Thrive By.
Visit thedrpatshow.com.
Do you know how powerful your thoughts and beliefs are in determining your experience of your life? Is it really true that simply by changing some of the words you use in your day-to-day language, that you can change your life? I'm Megan Edge. Join me on Playing on the Edge, Radical Change with Ease, with my co-host Dr. Pat on Transformation Talk Radio. I look forward to seeing you there.
To find out more about Megan Edge, visit her website at meganedge.ca.
Do you know how powerful your thoughts and beliefs are in determining your experience of your life? Is it really true that simply by changing some of the words you use in your day-to-day language, that you can change your life? I'm Megan Edge. Join me on Playing on the Edge, Radical Change with Ease, with my co-host Dr. Pat on Transformation Talk Radio. I look forward to seeing you there.
To find out more about Megan Edge, visit her website at meganedge.ca.
The Millionaire Imprint for Women. This new radio show is about imprinting wealth for women, inspiring women of all ages to heal their karmic debts, to transcend the shame of poverty consciousness that women have lived with for centuries. It's time for women, for you, to have a new relationship with money, to radiate wealth from the inside out. We are creating a ripple effect, empowering millions of women to claim their inner wealth. Join Cornelia on the Cornelia Stephanie Show at Transformation Talk Radio. Are you in?
Well, hello there, everyone. Are you in? Welcome to the Cornelia Stephanie Show. I'm with my beautiful co-hosts from Australia, Rise and Be Rich, Ahana and Daniel. Welcome to the show, team.
Hi, Cornelia.
Good to have you guys. So how's everything? How have you been?
Oh, we've been good.
Busy.
It's winters and it's we've been busy, but it's early in the morning here. As we were just saying before, it's dark and it's slightly cold.
Yeah. So what time is it there now? 7 o'clock?
It's six actually in the morning.
It's 6.
Yes.
Can I tell you, you guys look so cute for 6 o'clock in the morning. I just want to give you a big hug. I just want to give you a big hug. I think it's wonderful that, technology-wise, that we can do it, and that you're also so dedicated and committed to helping people, achieve the success in their business. I know prior to coming on today, we were talking about this topic today, which I want to tell everybody about here in just a minute, but how you were feeling like, what is the correct topic? Because there's so much change, right? And what were you feeling around all of that right now?
Well, one of the things is that we wanted to actually focus on coaches today, but across the board, there are coaches, we are going up to therapists and service providers, and so there are people who are doing very well. They're actually booked through, and they are wondering, how do I? So now I'm all booked, but what do I do later in the future, or will this remain, or will this stay? And then there's so many others who basically they have lost about 70-80% of their business, so they've actually lost clients. So it's a different story. So it's a very interesting space to be in, and I think that's why we wanted to focus on coaches today, and maybe we'll focus on another, group next conversation. But it's separating the leaders from everyone else at this time, depending on the kind of actions you're doing or the kind of marketing that you're doing, and that's really what we want to talk about.
Yeah, and I just want to let the audience know, grab your pen. Grab a paper, because when Ahana and Daniel are here, they usually give you the steps. They give you the steps and they give you the tips on how to get there. And the great thing that I love about these guys is because they're always very timely with what's going on with the market. These are the notes that Ahana and Daniel prepared for today, and they are asking, is your coaching business changing with the changing times? Are you finding it harder to pivot and paying clients consistently to your business? Are you finding it difficult to retain clients? Coaching is a big business. According to ICF, International Coaching Federation, there are certified coaches in 138 countries. Their membership grew from 20,000 members in 2013 to 34,000 in 2018, and it just keeps growing. In a market research blog, a 2018 article said that the U.S. personal coaching industry topped $1 billion. The coaching industry is growing at an extraordinary rate. However, for many coaches, the shift into virtual coaching and the challenges it brings in digital marketing are preventing them in creating a thriving business. Then we have COVID and the changes that the market needs. Coaching businesses have to pivot. Ahana and Daniel are conducting surveys with coaches from around the world on their marketing needs. Some of the results have started to come in, and based on what they're hearing in today's interview is going to be like a mini workshop where we're going to take you through the 7 things that you will need in order to manage and scale your lead generation, client attraction, client retention, and get traffic and start mastering coaching business and marketing secrets. So in this segment, what we're going to do is we're going to start covering what's the starting point right now for the coaches and what are some of the top challenges that the coaches are facing at this time. What are the 7 steps that we're going to cover today? So Daniel, please share with us what are some of the changes and trends that you see in the coaching business, and that these are advantages or posing challenges to the coaches around the world.
Remote coaching made sense even before COVID-19. Now it's a necessity. You don't have a choice. So with COVID, actually there is more need of coaches and counselors, now than there ever was. And that's why we started doing this survey. Now, there seems to be challenges in finding leads and traffic or converting those leads into clients. Yeah, that's what we found so far with doing the survey. But coaching is a booming industry, as you sort of said earlier. In the US, we're looking at a bit of data on that. And the market size of the business coaching industry, for example, is $13.4 billion in 2020. I believe that was the stats when I was looking at it somewhere. And it's the second fastest growing industry next to IT. Now, here are some reasons for it. There's a lot of job displacement because of technology. That's something which is always going to happen. The human connection is becoming less and less, especially now through COVID. Things are becoming more aware for people when they see that.
The social distancing.
The social distancing, having to work through the challenges, people working from home, all these other things that are happening. Now, when this happens, relationships will suffer at a certain level. This could be personal, career, business, and there is more problems that need to be solved as they become aware of them. So coaching is always going to be very much needed. The challenge is now, how do we use these growing trends at this time? And how do we use marketing to be visible and use that chosen coaching partner for people in the business? Mm-hmm. So let's talk about growing trends first. I think that's important. Technology has shown us a big positive in the last few months. As you were just saying that, you're over there in America, we're here in Australia. We always managed to do our calls. We've embraced technology for years. Virtual meetings and coaching have become the new normal. So many businesses now are doing their virtual meeting. So many coaches aren't doing that physical interaction anymore. They're doing it online. Just because these restrictions, only meeting people in person, are in place, it doesn't mean you can't network and your business has to stop during these times. For years, Ahana and I have been taking coaching clients online and not limiting ourselves to physical sessions. When we moved from Singapore to Australia at the start of 2016, we've done all our coaching sessions in groups on Zoom, and it's been a much more effective use of our time. We haven't actually had to do any physical coaching sessions or anything. Our summits have become virtual. Everything has become virtual. So in March and April this year, digital education and courses were hitting higher revenues than ever before. And I remember we were talking about that in one of our earlier shows, and it really clearly shows that people are hungrier than ever to really just take the help of coaching and consultants, and they want to break through and move forward. But also it shows there is still money in the market. Even if you have to micro niche and go after a certain target audience, there is people that are still willing to invest at the moment. So that's why we wanted to do this quick little webinar workshop today about, how to position yourself and really just use this time as a coach or a business to make sure that you're just getting out there, using the right strategies to attract the right clients towards yourself.
So the one question I have, I had a thought before a while back, and that was, I was wondering if the market was already drenched in the U.S. on coaching and healing and all of these things. I had that thought. I wonder if, because there's so many coaches out there, but what you're saying is that that's not the case.
That is not the case.
If the stats have shown there's more and more people that are actively looking for it, or it's showing that people need to, I'll use the term micro niche, because they need to make sure they show what they're doing differently from other people to make sure that when you're using certain keywords or when you're using certain search parameters, you're going to be able to define yourself from what the other people do.
Yeah. And do you think that it's really important, like for coaches, I think, and do you also think that they have a niche, that they really focus on their niche? Do you think that's an important key piece?
Yeah, it's a niche, but also how you differentiate yourselves. I think the coaches who are doing really well are using their marketing right now to really become visible and move sort of forward, move ahead of the rest of the people, the rest of the crowd. And I think that is what's needed. A lot of people are scaling back because, there's COVID, there is, all the stress happening in the market and they're not sure what's happening. And then there are others that we're hearing who are booked full and have closed. Like there's a particular client we know that who's booked high ticket items straight from a virtual conference. And I'm talking about $10,000 to $20,000 packages right out of a virtual conference. So that's happening as well. So it's how you market, how you position yourself, and how you get out there and use the right marketing strategies to bring those people to your business right now. It's all about marketing right now.
So basically what you're saying is based on your survey and the study that you're doing with the coaches, based on your experience of working with them, it's all about marketing. What would be the 7 steps that we're going to cover then today?
Well, like I said, it's a very interesting time because it's separating the leaders, as I said before, from everyone else. So some coaches, counselors that we're talking to, they will move ahead of the others because it's their resilience and leadership. They're taking risks right now. And many others are succumbing to, they will succumb to the pressure. So when we are doing audits, we're doing a lot of audits for coaches right now, coaches, therapists. And we know through our outreach that many of them are kind of disheartened. So we're getting that data as well. And yet others, for example, one of our clients last week, we created a training product for her. So we worked on that last 3 months. And she let us know that her business is going through the roof. She sold several licenses, and she even managed to sell a license to a university, which they then gave to their students. So that was multiple licenses from one client. So what I want to do is I want to break it up into first talking about 3 steps on how any business, it doesn't matter if you're a coaching business or not, should be working through this crisis. Everyone's talking about the fact that you should pivot, but then how do you do it? So these are the 3 phases. And then once we've talked through those 3 phases, we can go into the 7 steps. And the 7 steps basically are repositioning yourself in the market, shifting your offers, marketing fundamentals, or having a marketing plan. Where do you start? A long-term marketing plan, immediately generation, so a short-term plan as well, so that you can move very quickly at this time. 6 is growing your market. So we'll talk a little bit about paid and retargeting strategies, and finish the conversation with active prospecting, why that is important. So we'll do these seven steps today.
Oh, good. Okay. So can you believe it? We're already at 15 in the hour. Why don't we take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue. I wanted to ask you really quick before we go, how is the COVID situation in Australia right now?
We are opening back up.
Everything's open back up.
We are
restaurants now can have up to 20 or 30 people though?
Yeah, so we are slowly opening back up. So it's not like a lot of the other countries. Australia, New Zealand is open.
Yeah, I'll just clarify. Australia has different stages. The state that we're in, Queensland, hasn't got any cases at all. So we've actually opened up quite a lot. Yeah, so other parts of Australia, Sydney and Melbourne, have more restrictions. But where we are, because they closed their borders very early. Yeah. It's great. We can go to cafes now and eat. It's become nice.
That's so awesome. Wow, I can't even imagine. You guys, so no cases at all.
In this state. For now, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that's really a good feeling. Oh my gosh. So good for you guys. Well, that's good to hear that you guys are, opening back up, and you're having, going to the cafe and enjoying some of the things that we were taking for granted before. My goodness, now it's like, I haven't been yet, so I don't know what I'm looking forward to when that happens here. I think we're close. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Tune in to Lucid Planet Radio with Dr. Kelly Neff. This hit show will illuminate your senses and empower you beyond your daily stressors and hardships. Renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly will captivate you with far-reaching topics and amazing guests as you wake to the greatest version of yourself. Learn to tap into your intuitions, think critically about our world, heal emotional and psychological wounds, and follow your passions to live your dreams. The Lucid Planet. Welcome home. Visit lucidplanetradio.com for more information.
For stimulating conversation and keys that will change your life, tune in to Dynamic Destiny with Coach Pete every first and third Wednesday at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Join Pete to get clarity for your calling and practical wisdom for results. For more about Coach Pete, visit PeteCoaching.com. That's PETE coaching.com.
Stuck in a roundabout of dysfunction? Learn how to speak your truth to power with host Dr. Kathy Obear. Create real change with smart tools and smart strategies. No frills, no fluff, just life-changing conversations to help get you where you want to be. Extend your reach and become an agent for real change with Kathy Obear. For more information on Kathy and her work, please visit drkathyobear.com. That's drkathyobear.com.
Break your snooze button habits for good with the Soul Stretching Sisters on the I Am Power Hour with me, Terry J. Walker.
And me, Dr. Pat, on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Pump up your spiritual muscle as we share stories,
aspire higher,
and live a whole lot larger.
To help you unleash your powered up,
pumped up, I Am Soul Stretching Success.
Anything can happen when we take to the airwaves.
And all things become possible during the I Am Power Hour.
Living a richly abundant life sound too good to be true? Listen in to Richly Abundant Women with Julie Steelman on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Embrace a vibrant future of breaking free financially and creating a richly abundant life filled with prosperity and growth. To learn more about Julie Steelman and Richly Abundant Women, visit www.juliesteelman.com.
How do you feel? Just okay? Well, how about you tune in and get ready to be more with the Healing Hour with me, Doc Martin, every third Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. I'm ready for your questions, and I can't wait to help you find the answers. Every month, we'll have a new live call-in show with innovative topics and a powerful hour of healing. To learn more about me, visit DrSharonMartin.com. See you there. I'm going to be here. You won't want to miss it.
Welcome back, everyone. Before we went to break, we were talking about, how to market yourself, how to reposition yourself, how to relaunch your coaching business and your offers. That's what we're going to talk about in this segment here. Post-pandemic, the noise on social media has increased. The market has changed. Customer behaviors have changed. So many things have changed. The fastest way to jumpstart your business is to know exactly what your audience wants and give them something that will benefit them at this time. Now we're going to look at how to pivot your offers for the market right now. Ahana, how do you set realistic goals at this time? And what are the 3 phases that a coaching business must go through, and what should they be doing first?
So, whenever there's uncertainty, and you will start seeing the changes in the market, so you know that you have to change. So first of all, it's not a matter of whether or not I should change. You have to change. Now, there's the important question that you need to ask, therefore, is what is a step-by-step way for me to change? And so I kind of looked at, and this is out of research that we've been doing. So there are 3 phases always when there's a crisis, when there's uncertainty and things, you have to start shifting a business a step at a time. The first phase is always respond to the crisis. So the way you respond is all about taking stock of your situation, becoming aware of your own business, what works, what doesn't work, becoming aware of the market. So looking at the research there, becoming aware of the changing needs of your target market, your target audience. You can do some surveys, you can test out a few things to see how they're responding at this time. And then you set out a plan of continuity. And continuity means that you continue engaging with them, you continue talking to your target market, you keep serving them as you go, and how you communicate with them then matters. How you respond at this time matters, because all your target market is actually looking at you. They're seeing what you're doing. So, and your target market could also be your teams and employees. If you have remote workers, if you have people working with you, they're all looking at you and how you respond to the situation. So response is always the first phase when you're moving through a crisis. The second phase is once you've figured out your response, your second phase is recover. It's all about recovery. Now that you've learned the lessons, you've figured out this is what my audience needs, you've continued building your authority in the market. You've got a good idea now where the market is shifting. You start planning the recovery process. And this planning phase is where you will have to make changes probably in your branding, on your website, on your offers, how you market and sell. So this is a preparation, and we had to do that. We had, when actually the peak of the COVID, we realized this is what's happening. So we did the response process, and we moved into recovery very fast. So a lot of companies have done that. And so now they are moving slowly out of the recovery into the third phase, which is thriving. If you've done phase 1 and 2 well, you should emerge as a leader in your field or in your niche, because you're already now ready to take on the market as the market opens up and you lead the new normal. So for many businesses, they are in phase 2, but you have to figure out, where are you right now? If you are still in phase 1, that's all right, but you have to take these 3 steps, which is respond, recovery, and then thrive.
I love that. And that's really good. Even if you're in phase 1, don't feel bad. Just acknowledge where you are. I love the response thing. And what I'm not hearing, and I like that I'm not hearing that, is I like that I'm not hearing, well, the money is not there, because what you're saying is, I hear the word thriving, and that people are definitely out there, and they're definitely making money, and they're definitely purchasing high packages, So it's definitely happening. It's just a matter of reassessing. Like you said, you gave us those 3 steps right there on how to position yourself now and how to relaunch now, right? Yeah. So Daniel, what is the first step in the plan with repositioning yourself for growth? Should you rebrand? And if so, why? And how do we even begin?
Okay, so let's first address if you need to rebrand or not. So branding is about positioning your business in the market in the right way, so your target audience can connect with you. They need to be clear about who you are, what you offer, and to answer the biggest concerns that they really have. Now, content, copy, etc. These are the things that you always need so people can follow you. Join your list and engage to you. That's something which is branding fundamentals. Now, when someone searches for you, they can search on Google or they can search on social. So your website, your social pages, your landing pages, they all have to be optimized for branding. That's a big word there, optimization. So many businesses are transitioning into the new normal for the marketplace, like we're hearing that word all the time now. So new needs, they do need to be met for this new target audience. So rebranding or repositioning is important. So, you need to change what your offers are. So rebranding is very important as well. And I think that's what a lot of people need to do. Like, there's so many people that have the fundamentals, they have all the structure there. But what they need to do is they need to rebrand for their certain offers, because you are going to be doing out new things and attracting people through. So where do you start? That's the obvious one. The first place you need to look at is where you are right now. What parts of your branding do you need to change? What marketing strategies do you need to change, or what new ones do you need to implement? And what sort of content and copy do you need to do? Do you need to, in order to make sure that rewrite? Yeah. So that's why we're bringing out these audits at the moment.
Yeah.
So we can take you through a bit of what we found on the website. So your content can be found where people can search for you. Now, optimization strategies are there. So you have to ask yourself, what is the right keyword-rich content for SEO? Is your social media profiles optimized? And if so,
if not, what would be the right way to do that?
Yeah. And I think more important, the front-end lead generation funnels. That's the most important part. Like, there's so many people that are going to still be going to websites. So if you are getting that traffic there in the first place, you just need to make sure you're converting it. And, of course, your upsells and offers. So it all starts with an audit, and that's a process to get the front end of your website and the strategy to flow from the traffics to the leads to the sale. Yeah.
So that's the first step. You have to do the audit first before you can. You need to know where you are and how you need to restructure before you start doing your rebranding process.
Are you doing audits for people?
Yeah, so you can get in touch with us and download the PDF that we are sharing today. We'll do that in the show. And you can stay with us because soon we're going to be launching a course with a do-it-yourself audit, so you can check it out for yourself. And then you can just send it back to some of the experts and they can take a look for you and give you some feedback.
Awesome. Ahana, what should we be doing with our offers, and how should we be changing them?
Yeah, I mean, this is a really interesting question. We're getting this a lot. A lot of people are changing their offers. So what I wanted to do is let's look at some steps. So I wanted to give you 5 steps, so people can take notes on this. So step one of changing your offer is you have to do the market research. What is the burning need that you can solve in the market today? When you ask this question, you might find that you actually have certain things already in your portfolio that could be helpful for potential clients. And then there are certain, gaps. So you need to figure out what are the gaps that you need to fill and what are some of the things you already have. But this is an important question. What is the burning need that you need to solve for your audience today? So that's step one. So step one is to find out what the audience needs. And then you start pulling out these resources and move to step 2, which is putting your packages together. So there are some things that you already have, and then there are these gaps which you need to write out, you need to find the resources for, but it's all about how you package it all together and then price it in a way that will give high value to potential clients, but make it easy for them, sort of like no-brainer to buy those packages. So at this stage, you can test out your offers. We do a little bit of beta testing. You can survey a small group with your offers and see if these offers, how they sound to them. And then you can finalize those packages. And third step is about communicating the value of those packages. So you do that through your sales copy, your marketing copy, your content marketing, and then slowly you're moving through that process so that the audience understands what these packages are and what it can do for them, how their problem can be solved now, and how fast it can be solved, so they'll start talking to you. Step 4 is about driving traffic to these sales pages and offers. So what you need as step 4 is to have a front-end lead funnel, like a lead generation offer. We're working on a number of projects for clients right now to change their front offer because their back offer has changed. So this could be either a free or a small cost offer that people can take. They can test out how to work with you. And then from there, you get a much higher value qualified lead to convert into your big offer. So some people will do a 3-part process. They'll give a free report, a webinar, followed by an appointment. So you can figure out what that funnel is, but it's important to change that in the front so it's easier to sell your back offer. And then finally, step 5 is finding the right traffic to your landing page or lead gen funnel and nurturing those leads with your email marketing. And that's all of that is the marketing process. So I know it looks like a long drawn process, but it's not. We launched 2 new websites with completely two new offers to 2 target market groups in a matter of 3 weeks. So the initial idea and research, we did that in a week's time, and we put the idea together in less than 72 hours. So it's not a long drawn process. If you know exactly what to do, it gets done very fast. So everything from concept to the website to actually launch, we are already working with our team to we've already moved through the sales process now. So that happened in less than a month. So it is something that you can work on very, very fast.
Yeah, and I really see tremendous value in what you're talking about with refreshing your business, like you said, the back end and the front end, and looking at your offer and, looking at, what it is again, making it fresh again, because a lot of people were faced with, do I even want to keep my business? Do I even want to stay there? And that if you're coming back in it and you picked it back up and, you're giving birth to it again, with all the different ways, and you've already got everything, you've already got a great system in place. It just needs to be refreshed. And like you said, doesn't have to be a long drawn out process, but just at least to know that, okay, these are some of the steps, and that then, the market is there, and that you position and launch yourself out there with a team like you guys that are helping many people do that in the process.
It needs to be optimized and rebranded. That's the important part.
And if you are in that stage where you're wondering whether or not is this the right time, is this what should I be doing, should I take a break? And please reach out, through our link there. If you download that PDF, there is actually an audit. Reach out through that link, because right now you can move. If you shift with the market needs right now, you're actually going to make a lot more money than you ever did, because there's a burn. People are taking that on right now because they need to shift as well. So reach out to us, because that's really important for you to shift your offers and relaunch into the market, and then go fast at this time.
I think it's really important. We're just going to skip this break right here and just keep going. I think it's really important that people, define and say and choose and make the decision, like, I want my business to succeed. I want this to go. Make that phone call. Give that, reach out to you guys, not the phone call, because they're not going to call you in Australia, but get on the digital, get on Zoom, get on the line with you guys, and make the decision to set up your business for success now, right? Mm-hmm. For success now, because, and make it and refresh it, because this is the time period. This is the time, obviously, with all the research that you guys did, the market is there. And there is, people are hungry for it. Like you said, Daniel.
It's surprising. Some people are at the moment completely overbooked. Like there's some that actually, can't even keep up with the demand, depending on the industry they're in. And there's other ones that, they have all the fundamentals there. Like they have the website, they have the offers, they have everything. And all it might take is just a few little tweaks. And once things are optimized and you change your front end offer to reflect your new back end offers, their business is going to be booming again.
It's interesting because right before this show, I was on with, I had another show, and the guest I had on, Peter Hansen, he said, I only have room for one. I only have room for one person right now. So it was like, this guy's busy. He's really busy. He only has room for one. I possibly have room for one, he says, So it's very interesting to see, how people are different people are doing different things. So it's neat. Now you're going to talk to us about marketing secrets in this segment here. When thinking about marketing your coaching business, most business owners think about, what tools should I use? What tactic is good for me? What would happen if we shifted our focus not just on tools, but also on goals? And so now you're going to share with us some coaching business marketing secrets and foundations that we need to grow our coaching business at this time. So Daniel, before getting into what's good for coaching business, what are some of the marketing fundamentals that we should keep in mind?
Okay, so for them ones taking notes, we'll break it down into 3 different parts, but marketing is simple. Most people will complicate things and they try to do a lot of things without understanding the fundamentals. But really, marketing, let's break it down into 3 main things. Number 1, the most important one, is traffic. How do you drive the right kind of traffic to your website or landing pages? There are many ways to find the right traffic through paid and organic marketing, social media marketing, other people's lists, podcasts, videos, PR. These are all great traffic sources, and they're coming from outside to in. And there is building up SEO, ranking on Google and being found online. Your online presence that attracts those who are actively searching for your for your service or your landing page. Number 2 would be lead capture. So when that traffic does come to your website or your hard work is paying off, you need to have an effective lead generation funnel. So all that hard work, time, and even money that you put into driving traffic is not wasted. So even if somebody finds you organically and visits your site, and if they leave the site with at least getting onto your mailing list or learning more about what you do, most probably you're not going to see that person again. You've missed the chance. And many businesses have weak lead capture funnels, so front end of their business, or their funnel is positioned wrong and they don't have what's called content upgrades, then little things that will help in lead capture. Also, they don't have good email marketing set up to start nurturing the leads. So even when they do get the people in there, they're not emailing them enough, or they're not having strong enough headlines in their emails, which means they're not taking advantage of all that traffic.
They don't have a good open rate.
Yeah. So the open rate's low, the click-through rate is even worse. And so these are important you need to do. And the third one is obviously conversion. So ultimately, all the marketing that you do is to drive those people who are ready to your product. So there's qualified leads. There needs to be a good sales conversion conversation with you.
Sales conversation with you.
So this can be done in various ways, but I think email marketing is always going to be powerful, or getting on the phone. And the way to nurture them is to prepare them clients for conversion. So there are other ways like retargeting. We won't go into Facebook pixels and things like that. That's a whole other topic on itself. But really, that's as marketing goes. All strategies should be covered in these three main fundamentals that I said, and then you're pretty much good to go.
Yeah, traffic,
lead capture, conversion. So that's the 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they're the most important.
Good. I like that. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, traffic, lead capture, and conversion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there a difference between a long-term and a short-term plan?
I'll go first and you can join. So I would say short-term plan is obviously just to get the people straight away, but I'll let you go into more detail.
Well, okay, so the way you work on this, the last question, we didn't talk about the long-term, short-term, but essentially you have to have both as part of your marketing strategy. So long-term plan is building up your content and social media strategy so that you can always and consistently get leads and high-quality leads coming to your website, to your landing pages. But this takes time to build. I worked with a company here. I worked with them for slightly over 3 years, 3.5 years. And in those 3.5 years, we tripled their revenues. But it took time to build. And we tripled their revenues, but we halved their, I think we went down even less than half, 50%, less than 50% on their marketing budget. And we were able to do that with organic marketing. So that takes time. But as you are rebranding and relaunching your coaching offers, you want immediate sort of results to start showing up. So for that purpose, you need to have a short-term strategy.
Yeah.
That's getting quick, qualified leads to have conversations with you, whether it's a sales conversation, a partnership referral conversation, joint venture affiliate marketing conversation. And you can do that by growing your network. And you can grow your network through physical events. However, due to COVID, many events are, they're canceled. But you can actually do the same thing by growing your network online. Ultimately, you have to remember that referral marketing or word of mouth marketing is actually very powerful, because when the leads are coming to you, they're already recommended. You are already recommended to them. So growing that network online and offline is critical. So we do a process called social selling, and we constantly add people to our list all the time, new partnership opportunities. We do that every day. So we have one of our team members actually just dedicated to doing social selling every single day, and that always keeps our list growing and our opportunities growing. And you can so once you've got that list, then you can use your email marketing to ask for referrals as well. You can have those people become your affiliate partners. So a lot of people miss these little strategies, which could potentially land them into, new clients and qualified clients right now. Revenue. So when you're doing a marketing plan, you need to have that long-term strategy and short-term strategy, and then you'll never be short of leads.
That sounds good. I like it. So basically just, have the long term and the short term and you're covered.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And you use the key word, and that is the strategy, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's all about planning. It's all about putting that in place and knowing exactly what you're doing. Because I think a lot of people, the missed opportunities, we see a lot of people take on courses and then they're like constantly on social media. They're putting in so much hard work. And at the end of the day, it's like that much of hard work with just, a little bit of results. That's not what you're looking for. I mean, we don't post all the time. We don't, we are not working like crazy hours, but it is how you plan it, how you automate the process, and how you approach the market. It makes all the difference.
Implementation in the right areas. Like, don't waste your energy on areas that aren't going to be revenue generating, lead generation. You just need to make sure that you're very strategic about where you spend your time.
Yeah. Strategy. And I mean, this is also the place where I'm at right now too, not just in my professional life, but then also even in my personal life, like where I'm putting my energy and my focus, where I'm putting, like, what, really, what is, the value, because my value is so high in my being. And so where am I putting that focus? Where am I putting that energy? Where am I putting my time, and who's getting it? Right. So it's like, it's being in that space. I think, when it's all the same, because we've got our business, we've got our personal lives and the things that we're engaged with. But if we make that a clear cut focus that, that our time is valuable, really valuable, our energy is valuable.
Yeah. And that's why we should do that recovery plan and then do the plan to thrive. So it is really important to do that recovery plan, because you can't do everything, and you can't hold on to the past saying that's what worked for me. But if it's not working now, it's not working now. So you need to take stock, do that recovery plan, and then go, hey, I'm going to go this direction and in a bigger way. So that's what it's all about right now.
Yeah, I like that. I like the whole revamping, taking the audit, looking at everything again, and making a new commitment. And it doesn't have to take a long time. You don't have to be overwhelmed by it. There's some key things that you can do right now that will really shift things for you if you're willing to sit down and do the work, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Good. Well, let's take our last break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about how to have a holistic marketing strategy that gives you all. So we'll be right back.
Are you ready to put down that drink or drug for good? Are you struggling to maintain your recovery from addictive behaviors? Do you need help with a family member or loved one who's in early recovery or battling addiction? Get the help and guidance you need by arranging a recovery recharged phone session with me, Ellen Stewart, Pushy Broad from the Bronx, certified life and recovery coach. Call 1-800-889-1757. Make an appointment today, or go to my website, pushybroadfromthebronx.com, and click on the link that says Recovery Recharged. Don't wait. Get the help you need today. This is Ellen Stewart, Pushy Broad from the Bronx, on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
The vibration of change, that magical place where life shifts from struggle to ease, from stagnation to forward movement, from old ways of being to new ways of becoming. If you're like I am, it can be rather elusive to get there, but when you are in it, you feel it down to your very core, don't you? And it can positively affect everything in your life, from your relationships to your health and well-being, from your career path to your abundance, from the quality of that inner connection to the fullness of your self-expression. On the Christine Upchurch Show, we explore ways to get into that vibration of change with experts in the fields of consciousness, psychology, spirituality, health, healing, and science. Join me, Christine Upchurch, every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time on KKNW AM 1150 and Transformation Talk Radio, and learn new ways to step into your vibration of change.
Have you ever wondered what your pets think about? Do you know what your pets are saying to you? Dr. Monica will be your pet's translator to help you understand what your pets are trying to communicate to you. Enhance the bond with your furry friends on Pets Talk with Pet Communicator Dr. Monica each month on TransformationTalkRadio.com. For more information about Dr. Monica, visit PetCommunicator.com.
Welcome back. Before we go into why should you plan long-term marketing and how do we do it, let's tell everybody how they can get the PDF that you all have been talking about, how to access that. And everybody go to it and download that PDF and sit down and have all the steps laid out for you right there. So how can we get access to that PDF?
So just type in ahanalara.com /activate your leads. Now there's no spaces. Activate your leads is just all one word. Just make sure that you do that. There is a PDF there. There is a link to the audit and all the information that we've been talking about today. This will sort of expand on that.
So there's a link to the audit in the PDF itself, and also there should be one on the thank you page. So remember that when you're doing this audit, we're going to ask you a few questions, but we do a pretty thorough, in-depth audit, so you will know your next steps. And then you could start planning, okay, where do I put my resources? Where do I put my attention? What do I need to prioritize first? So the 9 steps will actually give you kind of like an overview, but then the audit will take it and customize it for you. And that's done with the person-to-person on a Zoom call.
Good. So long-term marketing, Ahana, like when you're talking long-term marketing, are you talking a year, 3 years, 5 years? What are you talking?
What I mean by long-term, so when you do long-term, you're looking at consistency. And every year you plan your annual sort of marketing. And short-term means infusion of what you need right now. But you have to do both. You can't just do one without the other. If you do long-term, that's great because you're going to get leads, but you might get leads, you start getting leads maybe 3 or 4 months down the line. Organically, like we get leads all the time organically. People find us online. We ask, whenever people sign up, we'll ask them, where did you find us? And a lot of them just say, we just found you on Google. So that's, that takes time to build. But the short term is a lot more direct, and you could get people from, doing certain campaigns into your lead and appointments and sales conversations, et cetera, webinars, et cetera.
Mm-hmm. And so how do you do it? How do you do the long-term marketing?
Okay, so long-term marketing has a few components. The first thing that I want to talk about is if there are people who already are getting bookings, you still need to do marketing. Do you want to touch upon that before I go into the steps of long-term marketing?
Because we're already talking, about who's busy at the moment and who's overbooked. So I think what really jumps out at us with COVID-19 is look at the cleaning industry. So cleaning services, they have additional procedures in place because of COVID-19. So that's a really good example to look at. Now, this is wonderful news for them because it may not remain the same when these restrictions are fully lifted and things go back to normal. But at the moment, their businesses are booming. So the businesses who do build their lists, use effective marketing and branding during this time are going to be the ones that achieve client retention. That's the big word right there. So, this bubble is great, but who takes advantage of it? So just because things are coming easy now, that doesn't mean the situation isn't going to change. Marketing and sales is always going to be the key to any successful business. So the ones that put the most effort into these areas are the ones that are going to stand out from the crowd. Now we're in the digital age. So you need to get through all that noise and you need to be visible and stand up for the competition. And the other hidden aspect in business we haven't discussed, and let me give an example. Ahana follows a coach that used to coach around website builds, design, and copy. Yep. So post-COVID-19, that coach has changed their strategy and is now focusing on sales pages. So Ahana and that coach are still constantly in communication through the mailing list and social. So when that coach was changing her strategy, Ahana was able to not only support her, but able to help her in the relaunch process. So if that coach had stopped connecting, marketing, social selling, networking with Ahana, just like with the rest of her community, this opportunity would not even arise for it, would have fallen short. So this is what we have to keep working on all levels of your marketing to make sure you have a bunch of bookings. So some therapists that we've spoke to as well recently, they're fully booked at the moment. But there are others who aren't. That all comes down to branding and marketing.
Yeah. So what he's trying to say is that some people are doing well, right? So they're like, okay, maybe I don't need the marketing. And then other people are like, I don't know where to start. But long-term marketing essentially means that you will never run out of leads. It's a consistent process, which has 4 key components. So I'm just going to give you the 4 components. The first one is web copy, blogs, articles, case studies. It's all about the content flow, and copywriting. Everything is built to attract your target market. Even SEO, keyword-rich content. You only need 2 to 4 pieces of additional blogs per month, and you can use those same blogs, repurpose the content. We do these content calendars. We do 30-day content calendars for clients, and it's not like I have to come up with 30 topics. That's not how it works. You create key pieces of content which are SEO rich, which can be converted into multiple videos. It can be put into different, social posts. It can be rewritten for guest posting. And so you plan your content well, and you write the right copy, and you have a beautiful, the content flow. And that's what keeps your audience coming back for more and more on your website. So that's one. That's the first part of long-term thinking in terms of marketing. The second part is obviously social media marketing management. Now, this has to be integrated with that content marketing piece that you're doing. So when we do the content marketing calendar, we usually do the social marketing calendar as well. But what I've seen is that what a lot of people do is they do randomly. They do the social media marketing. So when and a lot of people will give the social media marketing out to VAs, and that somehow, they don't get the results, and they get frustrated. So it's not about so much about that, but it's about the click-throughs. So goal is to have click-throughs to your website, to your landing pages. You can measure this. If you have Google Analytics on your website, you can measure exactly where your leads are coming from. So social media marketing is, again, another strategy that goes hand in hand with content marketing. And then you get the paid marketing strategy. That's number 3. And this is to enhance the results. But if you're not getting organic marketing, there's no point in just randomly doing a paid marketing strategy. You need to know what works for your audience. So that's third. And then last one, as we talked about, is you need to have active prospecting or social selling, which should be a must at this time and should be part of your marketing plan. So those are the 4 things that you have to have in order for you to have long-term success in marketing.
Wow, you gave us so much. You gave us so much to think about. Daniel, do you want to wrap this up? We have like 2 minutes. Can you wrap it up in 2 minutes, Daniel?
Yeah, okay. Now, there are things that you must do for yourself when it comes to marketing and sales, and then there are things that you should not waste your time on. So outsourcing, that is the most important thing that any sort of business should learn. Focus on outsourcing, focus on where your strengths lie, outsource what you don't want to do. So the biggest challenge that we see coaches that are, they're spending time. Now they're trying to generate the quality leads. They're spending too much time on generating them on their own when they should be spending their time on coaching and helping others or creating content. So the parts of the marketing that are essential, we've given you the 7 things to focus on today. However, if you're feeling overwhelmed, stretched, tired, or you feel like you're juggling a bunch of things and not clear about your direction, you should use your digital presence on click-throughs, leads, and sales. Start with the audit. So I'll just give you that link again for that one. That is ahanalara.com. Activate your leads. / activate your leads, sorry. All the information is there in the PDF. There's 9 great steps, and there's that link to the audit. Just
make sure you do ahanalara.com / activate your leads with an S at the end. And download the PDF, get onto that audit, and we'll create a clear marketing plan for you.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Ahana and Daniel. Many blessings. Have a wonderful Saturday, and we'll see you again next time. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Cornelia Stephanie Show, Wake Up to Love, your call to action. Tune in each week on Transformation Talk Radio. Cornelia's joy is to engage others in practical ways, showing us how to live in the new earth in harmony with our true nature. For more information on Cornelia and her extraordinary work, or to listen to past shows, go to her website at corneliastephanie.com.